I thought he had good command today. I thought his breaking ball was pretty sharp. Strikeouts, he got a bunch of strikeouts today, which I think were really important. And, 7 really good innings for us.
You've only seen him a handful of times, but do you feel like he's really settled in here?
Yeah, I think he's comfortable. I think he's used to the way things work around here. I think he understands his routine now, which is good.
Ellsbury talked about how the hit in the second and in the fourth felt like took the pressure off the offense a little bit after yesterday. Did you get that sense in the game?
Yeah, especially the 3-run homer. I thought that was a huge hit because that rally started with no one on, 2 outs, and then for him to come up big like that, I thought that was the one that really relaxed him.
You had mentioned before the game you're in the business of production. You produce, you'll play. Is he slowly earning more playing?
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely played better. So I know I got to give Girardi a spell here, and I got to give Judgy a spell here. So, I got to pick my spots.
Wally.
Joe, on Ellsbury, obviously the role that he's in now is not the role that you brought him here for. Have you noticed any kind of unhappiness or discontent in him with this role? And if not, what does it say about him?
Well, I think he's handled it pretty well. It's not easy when you've been the player that Jake has been and not to play every day, but he's ready every day. And I think he's handled it really well, and I think he cares about winning. I think that's what it says. He cares about winning, and the fact that he's prepared to play every day tells me a lot about him.
Clap.
Joe, the difference in Gray today from his last start was pretty marked, and he did have an extra day's rest. I mean, I know you have voiced your opposition to a 6-man rotation, but
but understand it's when you're playing every day and you have a 25-man roster. I have not necessarily said that I wouldn't do it later on. I'm not sure I will, but it's just really hard because you don't. I mean, we're carrying 8 guys in the bullpen now, and at times we're struggling.
But you do acknowledge that he pitched a lot better today. Was there a cause and effect, you think, because he had an extra day's rest?
He's pitched pretty well. We haven't scored runs. I mean, it's the bottom line. We haven't scored runs for him. So I don't know. The extra day may have helped him at this point. I think he's fairly rested because of the rest he had before, and he's used to working on his normal day. But and it's a team that he knows. So he probably knows how to attack this club better than some of the clubs that he's faced.
Harp, you're right, Joe.
Joe, what do you think of Bird's at-bats and what kind of impact you think he can have?
Really good. His at-bats, very patient, really good eye today, which is what we're used to seeing from Gray. I think he could have a big impact.
On the right still, Joe.
Joe, how important is it for the offense to put up a 6 spot like they did today after not having a good showing the day before?
I think it's important because we had put some runs up in Detroit, and then we got shut down yesterday and had a lot of opportunities to bounce back. I think it's important. Now you try to win the series tomorrow.
Joe, what's impressed you the most about Sonny since he's been here, and was today an example of any of that kind of coming to bear?
I just think the way he handles his business. He came here and people had a lot of high expectations on him, and he makes 2 or 3 starts where we don't score any runs, and he's handled that extremely well. He just continues to go out and do what he's supposed to do, and when we score runs, he wins.
Eric.
Joe Canley had a few bad appearances before the game in Detroit. Maybe got overshadowed. He struck out 3 guys before the Cabrera thing. So that's 2 straight decent outings. What have you seen from him the last couple?
I think he's been ahead in the count. I think it's important for him, so he can use his really good changeup and he can make guys chase. So I think that's been the big thing.
Meredith.
Joe, early in the game in that second inning, I believe, are you okay with that Bird send there? And is that just a matter of not scoring a lot of runs lately, trying to make something happen?
Yeah, you're going to say that he shouldn't have done it when he was safe. It's a perfect throw. It happens. It's a quick judgment on Joe's part. I don't have a problem with it. It just didn't work out.
Larry.
You mentioned you were looking for time. You're going to want to sit a couple guys with Judge right now. Are you looking because you think he needs some rest, or because of the way he swings?
No, I think at some point during a 29 out of 30 day stretch, he's going to need a day off. Besides just the one scheduled.